Trenton 365 with Jacque Howard. Profiling the businesses, organizations, and people that make Trenton better.
You know what the easy thing? It's already said that.
And welcome to the Trenton 365 show. I'm your host, Jacque Howard. You're listening over WIMG 1300. And you can follow us on social media platforms, Facebook and Twitter, WIMG 1300. For those of you who don't know, WIMG 1300 is the 4-time Stellar Gospel Music Awards winning station. And that's pretty awesome, especially since WIMG is New Jersey's oldest radio station. In addition to that, you can catch us on Friday night at 11 p.m. You'll see the television broadcast of this coming to you from WPHY Channel 25, covering Mercer County, New Jersey through the Verizon Fios network. The Trenton 365 has Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as well. You can also post your events to the Trenton 365 community calendar page. So I've got some friends in the studio here. I'm going to press that button.
Yes. Thank you.
All right, so we got a bunch of stuff going on here. Not only am I doing the show, but we've got 2 fitness experts who are here in the studio, and they're going to be talking about what they do in their particular way of training. But in addition to that, you can make sure that you go on to Facebook Live, and you can check it out through Body by Kenya, and also through Enocan Fitness by Nacone Martin, and you can see the live streams from here as well. So, ladies, first of all, it is awesome to have both of you together in the studio, because I know we've chatted, and Nacone, I've known you for a long time, and I get a chance to see all this wonderful stuff that you're doing on social media, all the training that you're doing, how you guys have morphed your bodies into what you have now, and it's just an absolute awesome experience, and I'm proud to say that I know both of you personally.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. So, Kenya, I want you to go first, because Cone's been on the show lots of times.
Right.
So I'd like for you to share a little bit about who you are, Kenya Gilliam, and then we're going to jump right into talking about exercise, fitness, nutrition, and healthy lifestyles.
Okay, well, as you have said, my name is Kenya Gilliam. I am a certified fitness trainer. I am in the process of attaining a certification in health. What else? My specialty is HIIT training. And
HIIT,
H-I-I-T, high intensity interval training. But my passion is weight training. Overall, my passion is health and wellness. Mm-hmm. What else would you?
No, that's cool. That's cool to get started, because, folks, I'm going to encourage you to go to Instagram, because Cone and Nacone and Kenya do a lot on Instagram, so I encourage you to follow both of them. The links will be on the Trenton 365 site, and I'm also going to encourage you to take a step towards better health and a healthy lifestyle. Reach out to these ladies and see if you can go to one of their group classes, or if that's not your thing, if you want to meet with them on a one-on-one basis and have some training sessions and demystify some of this talk about weight training and so forth from a woman's perspective. Going back to you, I'm really excited to say, and I'm going to hold this up, Nacone is the Black Wonder Woman. I love saying that. But Cone, you've been kicking this for a very long time. And most of the folks in the area have heard of you, have heard of your fitness brand, your fashion line, Enocan Fitness. You've partnered with other organizations and nonprofits, not only holding classes, but also with the second day of summer, because you wanted to bring together the community. And it was all about, bringing people together and health and so forth. And it's this whole big circle of a healthy lifestyle. So from your perspective, and then Kenya, I want you to follow up with your idea about it as well. What does this whole lifestyle idea of healthy fitness mean to you both?
Well, my focus has changed a little bit because I just turned 50.
Yay! She don't look a day over, Come on.
So for me, basically, it's just maintaining, your health, staying healthy, and preparing for what's ahead. And Kenya will tell you, so things that happen as we get older is osteoporosis. I don't even know if I said that right. Mm-hmm. We wind up having problems with our joints, our hips, arthritis. So now, where my focus was just to have a great body, and just to be really toned and muscular, I kind of changed my focus where I was strictly into weight training. I didn't believe anything else, can you tell you? And I started doing HIIT and calisthenics and other stuff. And boy, oh boy, when I tell you, it just changed my whole life perspective. So now I'm working on flexibility. I'm working on strength. I'm doing things at the age of 50 that I never thought possible and that I never even dared to try or want to do in my 20s, because I was like this. I just wanted to bang some weights, you know. But now I just feel like this playground of fitness has really, really opened up. And what's so dope about Kenya, a lot of people may or may not know we're family. So Kenya and I are always, comparing notes. Kenya is she's more adverse in nutrition than me, so I'll hit her up. Yo, give me a diet plan. Kenya is doing like this total plant thing right now, and I'm just like, girl.
So
I'm
you're
currently on a raw diet.
Yes.
I think that just kind of piggybacking off of what Nacone said, it's kind of two-sided for me. I'm a little vain. And when my vainness comes in, I want to look a certain way, right? The older I get. The other part of it is that I come from a family that a few of them have some health problems, right? My father has always been the vitamin guru. He's 90 years old. He just turned 90 years old. January
Happy birthday,
4th.
Dad.
God bless him.
Thank you. So he's taught me a lot about from the inside out, right? What do you need to do? Preventive, just like you would have preventive maintenance on your car, you have to have preventive maintenance on your health. So it's kind of, like I said, two-sided. My passion, because I love weights, if I could be, and people would say, when some of my clients say to me, I don't want to have muscle, I don't want to be big. And I say, well, let's aim for that, because we can stop it at any time, you know what I mean, and just maintain it. I don't want to be shaken. If the things that I can control now, I want to be able to control, right? I don't want to walk into a doctor's office and he tells me I need to lose 30 or 40 pounds. I don't want that for my life. I want to use that time for something else, right? So the things that I can control, I can't control cancer and all these other things, but my motto is I want to put my best foot forward, right? And I want to do my part. So I can control the way I eat. I can control how I move. And Divine Allah, I know you know Divine Allah, he always says movement is medicine. I'm telling you, your diet and exercise is key to a healthy lifestyle.
And I want to make sure that folks know, when Kenya mentioned Divine Allah, he is from Trenton. He is a fitness expert as well. He does a lot of training. Last time I talked to him, I think he was working out of R.E.A.C.H, the
boxing
gym. So
yeah.
he combines a bunch of different exercise movements, not only weight training, to a healthy lifestyle. But I'm glad you brought that up, because I think that both of you model the idea of this being a lifestyle, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And I think that there's a lot of folks, especially this time of the year, they've got some money, the holidays you just finished, they got their gym membership, the gyms are running promos and specials, and everybody's there. I'm getting up, I'm doing this, I'm going 5 days a week. And then most of us who go to the gym on a regular basis, we know second week of February, things
March is over.
Yes.
It's going to thin out a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'd like for you both to share with the audience the importance of coming up with something that works for you as an individual, something that you can stick to, and how come that's important.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kenya.
Well, you have to find, first we know that we do need to adopt a healthier lifestyle. That's a no-brainer. You do need to put more time and consistency into your health and wellness. To me, hands down, you have no other choice, right? And so I tell my clients that, people I talk to, this is the only choice you have. You can make another choice, but it's not the right choice. So my thing is always usually a lot of times when you're adopting a healthier diet and you're adopting a healthier lifestyle, when that coexists with family life, when that coexists with work, when you have to add all these things in and all this stuff needs to be done in the run of a day, you're trying to raise a family, you're trying to raise kids, you got to get home and cook, you got to go to work. So what I suggest, and I say, don't always do everything at one time, right? You might need to take 30 days and just change your diet, right? Make sure you have that down, right? Because a lot of times I got to change my diet. Then I got to get to the gym. I got to get up in the morning and dress the kids for school. I got to cook for my husband. And then I'm off to work. When I get out of work, I'm too tired. So if you, sometimes your style might be to just adopt a healthier meal plan, to meal prep. Do that for a few weeks to 30 days. Then add in some exercise. Everybody's not equipped or doesn't have the time to just run off. Right? And go to the gym and eat right and fix meal prep. So let's adopt one healthy thing at a time and then add those all in. You know, what do they say? It takes 30 days
for a habit to develop
Absolutely.
or to be broken.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha. And that's from Kenya Gilliam, Body by Kenya on social media is how you can find out more about what she's doing. Links to her and to Nacone, Enocan Fitness will be on the Trenton 365 sites. Cone, I want to switch things up, and I want you to tackle this question first, and then Kenya, I want you to add to it. Oftentimes women feel as though I start working out with weights, I'm going to get all these really big muscles and I'm going to look like a bodybuilder and I'm not going to be attractive and I can't find clothes that fit and all those things. Can you please demystify this?
Well, it's bull crap.
That's easy enough.
Right? As nice as I can be. First of all, your body is only going to let you get as big within its frame without taking additional stuff that you shouldn't be taking. So my philosophy is, and I'm sure Kenya would agree, a lot of people don't realize like one way to combat fat is to build muscle. So a lot of times the heavier you lift, the more fat you're burning. And like Kenya said, you can go heavy. So if you go heavy and do low reps, you're going to build mass. If you go light and do high reps, you're going to cut and tone. And that's where we come in because we understand the formula of how to build mass, how to cut it. And just like Kenya said, it's a process. So when you first come to us, we're not trying to give you 100-pound weights and say, here, lift this over your head. You're starting off light and easy, and we're building you up based on, your metabolism. We're checking all that. Your metabolism, your stamina, all that. And at the same time, we're trying to help you change your lifestyle and make you understand, like, this is not a fad. This is something that you have to do. And as you get older, it becomes more important, So, yeah. But, yeah, I get that all the time. And, like, Kenya and I talk a lot. And I tell Kenya the thing that upsets me, and I'm just going to be frank about African-American women, they don't want this, they don't want that, but oh my God, I gotta keep my booty. Oh my goodness, I don't want a flat booty. And I'm like, who cares about your booty? And if you're lifting and squatting and lunging, that's going to happen naturally.
You're gonna have
and your booty is probably going to be a lot better than what you began with. Yeah. So my thing is, why are we focused on the booty? Can we focus on all the other things that are going on? So that's my pet peeve. That and then January, oh God, or I'm going on vacation in 30 days. Can I have a bikini body? I'm like, we're trainers, we're not magicians. So that's the other point. You have to help your clients set realistic goals. So we also got to break it to you. You need to give this 90 days. Sometimes, depending on your metabolism, your frame, this client, it might take 60 days, but this client is going to take 6 months. So it's a process. And we always say you got to trust the process. And you got to trust us. So, yeah.
Now, we've got just a couple of minutes, and I'd like you both to answer this, rather quickly. We got about 90 seconds or so. But there's this idea of when people want to go to the gym. I've heard that women sometimes don't want to work out in a big gym. They want to work out in a smaller space or like more one-on-one or small groups. Have you experienced that? And if so, how are each of your businesses addressing that?
I have to tell you that most of the women that I work with are obese. They are overweight. I have one client now, I go to her home. Okay. And
so you make house calls?
Yeah, I absolutely do. I understand the pressure. I understand the pressure of people looking at you. I understand it, and it's a known fact. People judge you by the way you look. People judge you by the way you look. I mean, I just have to be honest. So a lot of times when I train women, that's the first thing that they ask me, can you come to me? And I say, absolutely. And they're more comfortable. Sometimes they want to branch out. We'll go to a gym, and I realize they're not comfortable, they're not paying attention, they're not focused. So absolutely, the women that want a little bit more privacy, I absolutely do go to them.
Okay. Yeah, the same. And I find too a lot of women in my gym, they cover up because they don't want people to see their body. I've even heard men say, I gotta get in shape to go to the gym, and I'm like, what? But yeah, this is what's going on. So I work with a brain injury client. We go to his home, but other than that, the women are coming to me in my gym. I have a space, and I just try to make them as comfortable as possible. But what's great so far with me, once they're focused in what we're doing in the area we're doing it in, and once they get comfortable in that gym, they're okay. So our job too is to make the client comfortable. But yeah,
absolutely.
Okay. So in the studio, I've got two fitness experts. I've got Body by Kenya's Kenya Gilliam and Enocan Fitness's Nacone Martin. Both of them are local. They make house calls. They do small groups. They do big groups. In fact, I've got Nacone coming to Macy's to work with some of my colleagues there this coming Saturday. So they do corporate gigs as well. You're listening and watching the Trenton 365 show, and we'll be back after a short break.
Pregnant? Struggling with addiction? We care about you and your baby. Help is available right now for free. Medication for withdrawal, housing, food, transportation, childcare. Just call 609-256-7801. That's 609-256-7801. Or visit formybabyandme.org. That's formybabyandme.org. You are not alone. Help is available today for free.
Need a truck to move? Let Justin's Rental of Selman's BP save the day. Justin's has the right trucks for all commercial and residential moves. Justin's has the moving supplies and boxes available. Justin's Rental at Selman's BP has everything you need for your move at affordable prices, featuring the best in pickup trucks, 10 and 15-foot box trucks and vans. Justin's Rental at Selman's BP is located at 2596 South Broad Street, across from the McDonald's in Hamilton. For your rental truck needs, call 609-888-3327. That's 609-888-3327. Justin's Rental at Selman's BP. If you are moving, we have the trucks to meet your moving needs.
And welcome back to the Trenton 365 show. You can send me an email, Trenton, the number's 365show @gmail.com. And again, you can also post your events to the Trenton 365 community calendar page on Facebook as well. In the studio with me on your left and right, I've got Kenya Gilliam, Body by Kenya, and also Nacone Martin of Enocan Fitness. And these ladies have been talking about their experiences and demystifying some of the ideologies about exercise. And Cohen, I want to go back to something that you said earlier about African American women, brown-skinned women of color. Yeah. And that you've heard them say, I want to work out, but I don't want to lose my booty.
Right.
It made me think of something that D.L. Hughley had said. He was saying, he was talking to some women of color about the importance of exercising and battling, all the things you mentioned, osteoporosis, high blood pressure, etc.
So much.
And he said one of the ladies yelled at him and said, I don't want to sweat my hair out.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, you'd rather be unhealthy.
Yeah. It's true.
Did sweat your hair out?
It's true.
It's true.
It's true. It's true. It's true. I get that complaint all the time about sweating their hair out. And look, I was no stranger to that too. Just fortunately for me, I didn't sweat like that in my head. But back then, I wasn't going hard like I'm going hard now. So it probably would be a whole different situation, which is one of the reasons why I went natural. Because I'm like, at this point, I don't care about my hair. I don't want to be a slave to my hair. I just want to be carefree. I want to go in the gym. I just want to do what I got to do, and I don't want to have to worry. So I went natural. So my hair can sweat. The bigger, the better. I don't care. But yes, Jacque, that is absolutely true. A lot of women will not work out because they do not want to sweat their hair. That is usually wrapped or, flat ironed or whatever. And there's been a lot of things that people have come out to try to combat it, like a certain wrap, wrap your hair with this and it'll keep it from sweating. And women have tried all this and they're like, fail, and they won't come. They won't come. So, and the women I do see in the gym, they're usually on the treadmill,
Just walking,
like this.
Not going to break a sweat.
Like this. But their hair is wrapped or with a scarf on, but they're like this. Meanwhile, we in here like,
well, the latest video that you put out on IG shows you, with the parallel, the rings.
Right.
You guys are getting it.
So much fun.
And then
she's the power lifter.
Yeah,
She's
so my thing
heavyweights.
is, people ask me, why you always got a bun? Gym hair.
Right? Say it,
look, because I could be versatile. Like, I don't need to, like, I ain't trying to go in there looking glamorous. I'm trying to get my work, and I don't want nothing holding me back.
Lies.
Right?
She lying. She ain't trying to go and looking glamorous. You see this bitch?
No.
You see these nails?
No. Well, I want to look my best, but I'm saying my hair though, Jacque, I don't. But I notice when I have clients that have doobies and stuff, I'm like, move it. They're like, come on. Like, what do it's you can go back to that when you're doing. Do you know what I mean? When you're doing cardio, when you get to your goal and you're doing cardio 2 to 3 times a week, then we can kind of slack off a little bit and not go as hard and not go as fast. But sometimes it's like, why am I here?
I want you to elaborate on that, because I think a lot of folks will think, well, I don't want to pay for a trainer for somebody to yell at me or whatever, but I think that there's a reason why that mystique exists, because I think a lot of folks need that motivation, and that motivation may come from someone physically being there, or someone like in your ear, like saying, hey, you can do this, push through, some edification.
So this is the thing, we just had this conversation, right? We're not going to be able to work with everybody, hands down.
Yeah.
So the thing is, you want to have a client that's coachable. If you're not coachable, I say, if you're willing to work, I'm willing. But you have to be coachable. And we just had this conversation, and really on a deeper note, I just let a client go because of that. It was hurtful, but meeting you every other Tuesday, some Tuesdays at 3, and then this Tuesday you can't come, and I'm not here to just take your money and not see you meet your goals. I care about your health.
Right.
I could stand around and be like, okay, do that. All right, I'll see you in 2 weeks. That's not me as a trainer. I want to be going on the journey with you every step of the way.
Yes.
I get happy when you meet your goals.
Yes.
When you gain a little bit of weight, I'm upset like you're upset. So my thing is, we just had this conversation. Like you have a business. You're not going to be able to hire everybody, right? You can't work. Everybody is not coachable, and a lot of times we just don't have a good working relationship, because how you think of things and how I think of things and how my outlook is regarding your health and wellness, and if I want it more than you, we definitely can't work together.
Wow, and I think that you just nailed it. I mean, when
She
you
did.
think about it, no one could want something more for you than you
Exactly.
do.
Right.
Because it will never work.
Exactly.
So I know we're going to be short on time, but I assume that you'll both be back. Can you just share a bit about where the industry is going? And I say that because, especially this past season, the holiday season, all the workout videos are on TV, and even the beer that they're advertising is low calorie, and everybody's talking about diet plans and meal plans and cooking at home and all those things.
Yeah.
I don't see us getting healthier as a society. So where do you think we're going with all this?
I think that it's overwhelming right now between this diet fad, this app, get on this app, follow this person, I don't know, it just really exploded. It really exploded because I remember 10 years ago, I don't even think fitness was this like demonstrative at all. Now it's like everybody wants to be involved in fitness. People are just putting out fitness videos and not always showing the proper technique or form. That's the other thing. Kenya and I are certified. I've been in the gym for 20 years plus, she's been in the gym a long time. Yeah. I've worked out with bodybuilders. I've worked out with everybody. I used to power train. I've done so much. My journey is so much, and I'm still, this journey never ends. So, I don't know. It's just it really has changed.
I have to be a little honest. You know me.
This little face.
The fitness industry is a hard industry. And I often wonder if people like us, trainers like us that are honest, that are transparent, how far will we get in this industry? Often, we have that drive, but often I question myself on that. Because with plastic surgery, I'm going to be honest, it's a lot of trainers getting plastic surgery. It's a lot of trainers getting plastic surgery. And so let me say this. I have nothing against plastic surgery. I tell people this all the time. I'm not in your body. I don't see what you see. Other people never see what we see, right? If this is what you feel you need to do to feel better, to look better, all I ask is that you try the other natural way first. Right. And when you've exhausted all avenues with that, then if you still want to go that way, then listen. The thing is, I just talked to someone that just got 360 surgery, right? Which I already knew. She got 360.
I don't know what that is. Explain what
that
is.
It's everything. Yeah. Like butt, breast, everything, right? And she said, you're a trainer. She said she was looking at my butt and saying, did you have surgery? I said, no. Even when I was thin, I always had that was the only thing I had. Never had no chest, but I always had. But she said that most of the people that were in, you're going to fall off the stool with this one, Jacque, getting surgery were men. They were trainers. I need to lose my stomach. I need to do this with my pecs. Because, let me ask you this. If I come in and I don't look the part and I want to train you and I don't look the part, you're like, well, you're not using it on yourself. Right. How you going to train me? Right. So a lot of the videos that we see is breasts, is this and that. And whereas someone like me, and that makes me think about when you said women don't want to lift heavy weight. We scared. Like, I lost a lot of the little breasts that I had lifting heavy weight. What I'm going to do? Not touch this or that? I got to train, right? I might lose some things, but I'm a daggone sure gain some things. So the fitness industry is a tough industry. It's a very tough industry. It's a very judgmental industry. Yes, Let's be clear with that. Very judgmental. Yep. Yeah.
So we are just about up on the end of the program. I definitely want you to come back, especially as we roll into the spring, because I know that there'll be a whole bunch of people who are thinking, oh, wait, spring's around the corner, beach weather, vacation. I need to get my 30-day body on.
Time is now, guys. This is the time to get in the gym. Summer bodies are made in the winter.
So I want you to finish up, both of you, final words. I think you just nailed it.
Right. Yeah. Just keep moving. Just move. Just do something. And fitness doesn't necessarily have to be what Kenya and I do and pull and push weights. You can ride a bike. You can walk. Find what you like to do. Play tennis. But just move. Wow. Go ahead, cousin.
What she said. Move around. Adopt a healthier lifestyle. Yep. Be consistent. Be serious about your health. Don't wait until you go into the doctor and the doctor tells you that you need to do something. Right. Yeah. Do it now while you have the chance.
Yes, preventative.
Yes.
Maintenance.
Well, thank you both very much. I appreciate it. I can't wait to have you back. Oh, sure thing. Yep, don't go anywhere yet. So, folks, there you have it. You have it from two women of color who are related, who've been doing this for over a decade each. They're super excited about it. They're professionals. They're trained. And they're located in New Jersey. They can even make house calls. Body by Kenya Gilliam. You can find her on social media platforms. And also Enocan Fitness by Nacone Martin. And Enocan is Nacone spelled backwards. You can also find her on social media platforms. And I'll put everything up on the Trenton 365 networks as well. But I encourage you to just take that step. Maybe you don't want to book a year-long session. Maybe you only want to book 2 or 3. Maybe you want to feel them out. Maybe you want to find out what your niche is. The easiest way to do that is take the initial step, make the phone call, have the phone conversation or the email exchange. Make sure you tell me you heard about it over at Trenton 365, and let's just see where it goes. I mean, both of these ladies are extremely talented, and they've got some cool ideas. Ideas with group programs and networking and so forth. So this could necessarily not be just a fitness, but this is that true all-encompassing lifestyle change for you, and it may even give you an opportunity to meet some other people who you can do this with. All right, so hopefully you'll be checking them out. Kenya Gilliam, Body by Kenya, and Enocan Fitness by Nacone Martin. You've been listening and watching the Trenton 365 show. We'll be back after a short break.
Attorney spokesperson. Are you over the age of 60 and been diagnosed with lung cancer? If so, you and your family may qualify for a cash award. Our experienced attorneys are standing by to evaluate whether you have a lung cancer claim that qualifies you for a cash award. The consultation is absolutely free, and there is no risk and no money out of pocket. We only receive a fee when we secure you and your family a settlement. 250,000 people are diagnosed with lung cancer every year. You're not alone in this battle. We can help make sure that you and your family are financially safe and that medical expenses are covered. Again, if you've been diagnosed with lung cancer and are over age 60, call now. Don't delay. There are deadlines for filing claims. We're standing by 24/7.
Call 800-917-9811. 800-917-9811. 800-917-9811.
Attorney advertising. William Stephacker Jr. is the attorney responsible for this ad. Main office, Granton, Pennsylvania. May not be available in all states.
Do you have chronic back pain, knee pain, or arthritis? If you have Medicare or private insurance like Aetna, United Healthcare, Humana, or Blue Cross, you may qualify for a safe, drug-free remedy for your everyday back and knee pain, but you must call now. You may be eligible for a pain-relieving back or knee brace at little or no cost to you. These pain relief braces are ideal for back pain, arthritis, sciatica, leg pain, knee pain, and other painful conditions that make life difficult. Our associates will work directly with Medicare or your insurance company for free. Your knee or back brace will be delivered directly to your door. Imagine playing with your grandkids or enjoying tennis or golf again. Call the National Knee and Back Brace Center to qualify for your Medicare or insurance-covered knee or back brace.
Call 800-416-0773. 800-416-0773. 800-416-0773.
Welcome back to the Trenton 365 show. You're listening over WIMG 1300, the 4-time Stellar Gospel Music Awards winning station. So last week, for those of you who were listening, you probably heard Jeannie Davis. And Jeannie is back on the program. She's going to be talking about this wonderful app that the city of Trenton has to help prevent homelessness for our youth.
Correct.
specifically for our youth.
Yes, ages 16 to 24.
Great. Well, you know what? Without any further ado, hey guys, we're going to do this. Jeannie, welcome back to the program.
Yes.
Let's jump right into it. Talk to me about the app that you helped to develop.
Yes. So with our partners, Our Children of L.A., which is out of Los Angeles County, California, they originally developed the WIN app. They are the founders, and they developed this app to address the homelessness in Los Angeles County because it is such an enormous problem. And Trenton sort of said, we want to be able to address this. We wanted this to be a preventive tool. We're an extremely resource-rich community, and we want all of our services in one place so that we can reduce stigma, so that people feel empowered, especially our young people, so that they have this power to seek out the services that they need. They know what they need, but can they truly find those services? So with the Trenton Youth WIN app, it has 12 categories of services, from housing to education, legal services, and it's 100% free. So even if their phone is deactivated from a specific carrier, the app works over Wi-Fi. So they can be in any hotspot, public place, and they'll be able to access the application. And it's 100% free to download. And with those services, we want people to look at our youth homelessness not as it being a bunch of street kids. We want them to really see it, to see that our young people are struggling with some issues. They're having some housing insecurities. They're resource insecure. Even if they're not quite at risk or experiencing it, maybe they just need some resources on alternative education. Or maybe they've connected or they've touched another system, such as juvenile justice or DCP&P, and they're just trying to reconnect to the community. And those services are within the app. Even within our helpful information link, it gives you information on how you can file for GA, which is like general assistance through the Mercer County Board of Social Services, or TANF, and it's direct link, literally one touch. So you would go and you would search your TANF or your GA or even unemployment, and it would send you directly to that link. And within those links, you're able to apply for those benefits as long as it's compatible with your with a mobile platform. Otherwise, you would have to go and to the websites and apply directly, or at least you would have the resources to know exactly where you need to go, because the app will give you the agency name, a description. It would even give you a picture of where you're going. So let's say you're really not familiar with every service in Mercer County or specific service, you can get directions from where you are. So even from this address, it would give you directions to where Mercer County Board of Social Services are.
That's fantastic. And I know last week you had mentioned that you wanted to make sure that whatever technology was used, it was going to be something that was efficient. And you had mentioned that in the past, no one wants to do click and then a click to another click and then I have to fill out everything.
Yes.
So can you just drill down on that a bit?
Nobody wants to be frustrated. When you're having a really hard time and you're struggling at life, you don't want to be frustrated with trying to find a service. So the app is designed to be one touch. It's very simple, vibrant app. So if you found a service, say again, Mercer County Board of Social Services, you would get that profile, and from that profile, you can call directly from your device, you can email it to yourself, you can share it with a friend, and you can get directions. And within the application, it gives you a list of services that this particular agency offers. Beyond that, in our helpful information link, it gives you a link directly to the New Jersey Helps application where you could apply for the benefits or at least get a better understanding of eligibility. So the idea is to make it very simple to read and very efficient, because nobody wants to be frustrated, one, and when you're struggling, the worst thing is you need is more stress, because you need something, and when you find that something, to have to go to something else until something else, so it becomes very difficult to sort of capture what you need, because now you're like, I've been to 5 pages, I don't even know where this place is, who am I going to call? Even though it's one touch, on the lower part of the app, it tells you the direct number. If there's an extension required, the extensions are already provided within the app. So everything you need is right there. Even if you wanted to go directly from the agency's profile in our app to their website, there's a link to that. So our goal was to make this as easy and as convenient as possible. And beyond that, let's just say you're in imminent danger. We have what's called our Helping Hands features. And what we consider imminent danger is domestic violence, fleeing from domestic violence, runaway if you're having suicidal thoughts or you're attempting suicide. There's a within Helping Hands, you can call directly to 911 or to one of our hotlines, and you would get a representative at that time. And within that, if you were a specialized group such as LGBTQ, there's a hotline for that specific population, so that when you're talking to someone, that someone can relate to you. Nothing's even more frustrating is to be in a very bad spot, and then you're calling someone who has no idea, what that experience is like. The same thing with our veterans, just making sure that they can contact someone who has had that experience. So we were very intentional in making sure that our app was simple, it was extremely resourceful, and it's for any person. So even if you don't need the resources, but you are in a system where other people around you may need those resources, such as your churches, your schools, your camps, even your scout groups, because you never really know what people are experiencing unless they come out. And you may not know that you're someone's trusted adult. So what's worse than not having access to resources when you realize that you are someone's trusted adult? And they come and divulge to you like, hey, I'm kind of going through something. Can you help me? So to have the app in your hand and say, okay, let's see. Well, this app, the Trenton Youth WIN app, has all these resources. You can share it with your family. You can download it yourself. And in the privacy of your own home, you get to maintain your dignity. And that's what's really important and we're very proud of, because one, it's free. It works over Wi-Fi even if your service is deactivated. But now we're reducing the level of trauma that people are experiencing when they're seeking services. Nothing's more traumatic and frustrating to not find your services and now have to repeat your story so many times. So we wanted to be mindful of the experiences people are having. And with that, our Safe Rest Advisory Group, our youth had input on, they didn't want to have to retell the story, but they also wanted to be able to find services in private and for it to be anonymous, which was important. So there is a profile, but we ask that for right now, you only select Trenton and select all so that you get access to the entire city of Trenton and Mercer County resources. And also that you enable the push alerts. And the push alerts, one, you'll get one that says thank you for downloading, of course. And two, it will be for special announcements like our upcoming Youth Connect, which is this Thursday. In addition to our job fairs, our Youth Connect at the Mercer County One Stop. So it is definitely a tool of empowerment. The application is designed with intention. Right now, it ranks number 3 in Los Angeles County as allowing young people to get access to resources and being able to maintain or find some sort of sustainable living. Beyond that, Trenton is even going the next step with LA in developing the app so that we can translate it, which is really important because we understand that not everyone speaks English, that everyone needs access to services. So our next goal is to translate the app into Spanish and also make it available on desktop platforms for those who don't have any mobile devices. So people can see how resource-rich our community is, but not feel isolated when they're struggling or when they're hard on their luck or they're experiencing a hard time. And also so that we can sort of initiate that conversation on what homelessness is, so that we can see homelessness in our young people, especially 16 to 24, beyond them being street kids, beyond them being a bunch of kids just hanging out, because they're in our classrooms. They're going to our summer camps. They're working, but they're sleeping in their cars. And sometimes when people see homelessness, they're thinking like, oh, they're acting wild and crazy, when in fact, they're excelling in school. They're resistant. But how can they have a conversation when we think that youth homelessness is supposed to look a certain way? And what do you do when someone approaches you and asks you for a service? Whereas now, with the access to our resources, you can say, okay, are you looking for housing? Are you looking for alternative education options, such as like NJ Challenge or New Jersey Corps? information that you would traditionally have to go back home or go back to your office or even Google search is now in the palm of your hand. So you literally become the Google. You literally become the person who's like the resource guru. So you become us. And when people have access to these resources, they're more likely to reduce their episodes of homelessness and get attached to programs where they can be properly assessed. Because when people are properly housed, they can handle all other things, such as mental health illnesses, drug abuse, or resolve any other conditions that may be existing.
Great. I've got Jeannie Davis in the studio, and I want to make sure that we have the proper, that's a lengthy title, Program Development Specialist Community Services in the Department of Health and Human Services, Office on Community Development. You can tell that's a government job. But I really appreciate the work that you're doing. And Jeannie, we're just about up on a break, but folks, we're going to talk more after the break about this, but happening on Thursday, this coming Thursday, June 30th. So for those of you who are going to see this on TV,
January 30th.
Excuse me, January 30th. I did that last week, didn't I? Yes. It must be the J's. Anyway, folks, the television portion of this will air on Friday after this, but it's important for you to know that Trenton Mercer Continuum of Care is having a youth homelessness is a growing problem. And they're having an event at Mercer County Community College's James Kearney campus, the Kearney Hall. And this is going to take place on Thursday, January 30th, 2020 from 2 to 6 p.m. There'll be food, free food, giveaways, music, and much more. You can find out more information by calling 609-989-3350. 609-989-3350. You're listening and watching the Trenton 365 show. Stay tuned. We'll be back after a short break.
While nearly 80% of cardiac events can be prevented, cardiovascular disease continues to be the leading cause of death in women, killing one woman about every 80 seconds. By making a commitment to stand with the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women movement, women everywhere are coming together to take action and end heart disease and stroke. Join the American Heart Association on Friday, February 7th for National Wear Red Day. Visit goredforwomen.org or call 609-208-0020. Go Red for Women is nationally sponsored by CVS Health. WIMG 1300 AM is a proud media sponsor.
Hi, my name is Ryan Bourne.
And I'm Danica Bourne.
And we're the owners of South Coast Tax.
We started our company 10 years ago in an effort to help our fellow Christians experiencing tax issues resolve their matters by taking a simple 3-step approach.
South Coast Tax are Christian-based tax accountants and attorneys that specialize in releasing bank levies, wage garnishments, and filing complex tax returns. We are the leaders in acceptance of offers and compromise with awesome results. We're also a small firm who will treat you like family, not just a number.
Call us today at 1-800-TAX-1176 for a free consultation, and we'll take the time to explain all of the programs that you qualify for in order to allow you a fresh start.
Proverbs 15:22 says, "Plans fail for lack of counsel, but with many advisors, they succeed." Call us today at 1-800-TAX-1176, and together we can help achieve this goal by putting the IRS debt behind you for good. Again, that number is 1-800-TAX-1176.
And welcome back to the Trenton 365 show, happening on Tuesdays from approximately 7 to 8 p.m. You can send me an email, trenton365show@gmail.com. 365 are the numbers. In the studio with me is Jeannie Davis. I read her long title. I won't do that again, but she works for the city of Trenton. She's a program development specialist, and we're talking about the Trenton Youth WIN app. For those of you who are watching on TV, we won't be able to see that. We'll check it out later. But the Trenton Youth WIN app is available. It's a free resource. You can get it in the App Store for iPhones, and you can get it in the Google Play Store for Android phones. Jeannie Davis is also having this event It's called Youth Connect. It's happening Thursday, January 30th, 2020 from 2 to 6 p.m. at Mercer County Community College, the James Kearney campus in downtown Trenton, New Jersey, 102 North Broad Street. You can contact Jeannie at 609-989-3350 if you have any questions, if you want to learn more about it. So oftentimes when we have programs like this, when it's nonprofits, I always put something out. Hey, nonprofits, they can use people who want to support it or volunteer. Are there opportunities for people who are interested in supporting efforts to combat youth homelessness? Can they get in contact with you as well?
They can. They're always more than welcome to give us a call. We also have our Trenton Mercer Continuum of Care. So on that board sits our nonprofits for the county, some stakeholders at all levels of government. So we do host, and even these agencies host various events throughout the year where they're always seeking out donations and support, especially volunteers. Human capital is so important to us because we always need hands on deck.
Yep.
So that is really critical in us driving our message, even sharing the information, following us on our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. That is really critical, just helping us get that information out there, because every audience is different and not all audiences are on the same platform. And we touch different people, so even by word of mouth, for the people who aren't connected, who aren't plugged into us. So just being able to help us share our information, get it out there, have conversations even with your children, like what does homelessness look like to you, and when you think of home, what are you thinking of? Even simple things like, where do you get a birth certificate? Just really trying to kind of challenging people to have these conversations and being very objective and open-minded so that we understand what our young people are experiencing, the type of commitment we can continue to make to our community, and that we need to work hand in hand. And that's really important in us ending youth homelessness and being able to have a sustainable plan and how we are addressing it, how we are making awareness in the community and educating people on what it looks like. Now, we're not saying you have to know everything today, but at least have these conversations with us so that we can tell you what our research has shown, what our assessments have proven for our community, and how we can have these conversations in identifying our young people who are experiencing homelessness or who are at risk. So it's not normal, so we don't think that, you're supposed to not have a home, or that home is something other than being somewhere warm and safe and stable.
Now, last week you had mentioned to me, hey, go download. Do you want everybody to download the app?
Yes, I want everybody to download it, because you never know. Like, it goes back to that systems. Like, you may attend a specific church that somebody else doesn't attend, and it could just be a very casual conversation over coffee, like, hey, by the way, I just saw this very cool ad, like, have you seen it? It could be you having a conversation amongst your colleagues, either at a government level or at a daycare, because we never know. Young people are attached to families are attached to community, so this is a community application. This is community. This is our connector, because everybody is staying connected with social media. Everybody is staying connected with mobile devices, either it be a cell phone or a tablet. We are all managing to stay connected one way or another. So it is critical that we just all download it. And I am very open to correction and updates. So if there is something you see, you can email me, you can call me. I mean, I am so excited about this, because it gives us an opportunity to open our door, and that's what Trenton has done. We're saying we understand that some young people are not stably housed. We understand that something has happened, but we also need to find our young people who are not stably housed. They're not all sleeping on a bench. They're not all sleeping under a bridge. They are not all in shelters. And some study shows that even if they do go to a shelter, the maximum time they're there is a few days, because they need somewhere warm and somewhere to shower, in and out. So what happens is we need to make sure that if for some reason they come to you that you are equipped with the tools that we have, and you can get them to us so that they're not continuing to experience these episodes of homelessness, because it becomes a snowball effect. If you're in a bad situation, bad things start to happen. When you become extremely vulnerable, then somebody who is attracted to vulnerable populations begin to draw to you, and we don't want those things to happen. We don't want anyone to be exploited. We don't want anyone to have suicidal thoughts. We don't want anyone to be human trafficked. So those things are so important that they're on our radar, and we're like, we have this tool. We want every single person in the county, in the state, we want people to have the conversation because we're excited about it, and we're intentional about how we're delivering our services, and we want people to get properly assessed. And we want the young people who are going to come see us for these assessments to understand that you might be asked a difficult question like, how did you become homeless? Or how long have you been homeless? But once you can get through a difficult question and you're in a safe place, that allows us to find you the best housing solution, to connect you to providers who can unpack you in such a way that is so delicate that you can get the services you need, either it be substance abuse, mental health illness, because sometimes when you're in a vulnerable situation, you start to experience things that maybe you didn't experience in the past. And we need you to be in a safe place to unpack that. And we rather you come to us so that we can help you through that process and get you properly connected so that you have that what is home feeling. This is home. That feeling that's apple pies and, that warm, fluffy feeling, when you go home and you take off your shoes and you put on your slippers. We want people to have that experience of, that no one else has slept in these sheets, that no one else has slept or sat on your sofa. The feeling of ownership, that this is your space, that you own this. You get to put up a picture on the wall and being able to illustrate that in such a way that this lease has your name on it. And how many people can say that? How many, and beyond that, it's just, that you have obtained employment, you've completed your primary education, and this belongs to you. You own that. And when you own that, you have such pride that when you're speaking to someone else, or you now level up with your friends. So you may have met some people along that journey at being at risk or experiencing homelessness, and now they see you. You get to share that experience. And now they're like, okay, so tell me what I need to do. And then hand in hand, we all get to help each other. But if we don't look at the app, we don't know what resources are in there. If we don't look at the app, we don't know how beneficial it can be to our young people or any person.
We've only got a couple of minutes left, but I do want to at least put this out there. I try to get an idea of what some people in the audience may be thinking. And I'm wondering if there's some people who might say, I don't see any homeless people or any homeless children or youth when I'm out and about. So they may think, is there really a need for this?
There is a need for this, because this homeless person could be a very clean-looking homeless person. They're working. Even at 18, some of them own cars, but they may be working a night shift so that they're in a warm, safe place. But in the daytime, they're sleeping in their cars, or they're riding around all day. You never really know what someone's experiencing until they share that with you. So we can't assume that because someone hasn't shared it, that they're not experiencing some sort of trauma, or that they're not experiencing or being at risk for homelessness. So, of course, we expect that there'll be some doubt, but we need you to look at it. We need you to see our resources and understand that what if you have a student who's experiencing homelessness, who may just is separated from their family and have nowhere else to go, who may just be kind of all over the place and disheveled because they haven't slept in 3 or 4 nights. So to truly take our hand and walk this journey with us, and allowing us to even identify what all the different types of youth homelessness looks like, because we're expecting them to be disheveled, we're expecting them to be incoherent street kids, when in fact they might be wearing Gucci, North Face, Timbs, Nikes. They can be in all the high-end brands. Does not mean they have a home. And that's where it gets really intense, when you start to unpack them, because sometimes we receive people how they look. And that's our perception. But when we offer them a safe place and an opportunity to really share with us, we become their trusted adult. And in becoming their trusted adult, they really get to share what is truly happening. And that could potentially be homelessness.
I have to end this program, but I'm looking forward to seeing how things go with the app. I'm going to download it. I'm going to share it like crazy.
Yes.
And my intent is that more and more people will have a compassionate heart for other human beings, particularly the ones who are here, who may be reaching out. You in the city of Trenton, I think that this is awesome. I think that it's super important for us to always continue to make these kinds of adjustments. So thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so I have Jeannie Davis. You can reach out to her in her office, 609-989-3350. Happening Thursday, 2 to 6 p.m. That is Thursday, January 30th from 2 to 6 p.m. at Mercer County Community College. James Kearney campus is Youth Connect, free food, giveaways, music, and much more. And this is geared to youth ages 16 to 24. You've been listening and watching the 365 show. We'll be back next week. Have a great week, folks.